Welcome to Chapter 3 of Russia's eschatological revival. Today, we are going to look into the interconnections between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression. The link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression in Russia provides valuable insights into the country's complex identity and its assertive behavior on the global stage. The fusion of religious beliefs, nationalist sentiments, and historical experiences has shaped Russia's worldview and influenced its perceptions of external threats, leading to assertive actions against perceived enemies. Understanding these connections is crucial in comprehending Russia's behavior and the challenges it poses to international relations. 1. Eschatology and nationalism as drivers of aggression. Eschatological beliefs about the end of time and the imminent arrival of the Antichrist can foster a sense of urgency and vulnerability among some segments of the Russian population. The belief in an impending apocalyptic event may lead to a heightened perception of external threats, with certain actors perceived as agents of evil or the Antichrist, seeking to undermine Russia's sacred mission. This eschatological framework intertwines with nationalism, reinforcing the idea of Russian exceptionalism and the nation's unique destiny. The sense of being chosen by divine providence to defend Orthodox Christianity and uphold traditional values further bolsters national pride and identity. This perception of exceptionalism, coupled with a belief in imminent dangers, can contribute to an assertive and defensive posture in response to perceived external challenges. Furthermore, the glorification of a strong leader, a historical yearning for protection, also plays a significant role in shaping aggressive tendencies. Leaders who portray themselves as defenders of Russia's interests may feel compelled to project strength and determination on the global stage, asserting their nation's power and influence. 2. Identifying external and internal enemies. The interplay of eschatology and nationalism also influences the identification of enemies, both external and internal. Eschatological beliefs can be used to frame political adversaries, foreign powers, and internal dissenters as agents of the Antichrist or threats to Russia's religious and national heritage. This creates a dichotomy between those who are seen as aligned with Russia's sacred mission and those who are perceived as hostile to it. National patriotic newspapers and media play a significant role in disseminating this narrative, shaping public perceptions of who the enemies of Russia are and their supposed perfidious plans aimed at the nation's destruction. This ideological framework can fuel a confrontational attitude towards perceived adversaries, both at home and abroad. 3. Sense of historical continuity. The link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression in Russia also draws upon a sense of historical continuity. The narrative of exceptionalism and a unique historical mission dates back to the 19th century nationalist writers and intellectuals who celebrated Russia's cultural superiority and historical achievements. The belief in an impending end times and the notion of the Antichrist seeking to destroy Russia aligns with a long-standing narrative of Russia being surrounded by external enemies and facing existential threats throughout its history. This sense of historical continuity reinforces the perception that Russia is engaged in a perpetual struggle for survival and security, influencing its aggressive behavior. 4. Impact on Russia's foreign policy. The link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression is evident in Russia's foreign policy approach, particularly in its assertive actions on the global stage. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 and Russia's military interventions in Syria and eastern Ukraine are examples of Russia projecting its power and influence in regions it deems strategically significant. Eschatological beliefs, with their sense of urgency and vulnerability, may contribute to a more confrontational stance in the face of perceived threats to Russia's interests and identity. The belief in the imminent arrival of the Antichrist and the end of time may drive Russia to take proactive measures to protect itself and its sacred mission. The narrative of exceptionalism and historical continuity may also influence Russia's approach to international relations, with the country asserting its influence in its traditional sphere of influence and seeking to challenge the dominance of Western powers. This assertive foreign policy approach has led to tensions with Western countries and concerns about Russia's adherence to international norms and principles. 5. Challenges for international relations. The link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression poses significant challenges for international relations. Russia's assertive behavior and perceived adversarial stance towards the West have led to a deterioration of relations with Western countries and increased geopolitical tensions. The annexation of Crimea and Russia's involvement in the conflict in eastern Ukraine have resulted in economic sanctions and political isolation, impacting the country's international standing. Russia's actions in Syria have also complicated diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict in the region. Moreover, the identification of external enemies based on eschatological beliefs and nationalist sentiments can contribute to a polarized and confrontational global environment. Misunderstandings and misperceptions between Russia and other countries may be exacerbated by the differing worldviews and narratives at play. The link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression in Russia provides a lens through which to understand the country's complex identity and its assertive behavior on the global stage. The fusion of religious beliefs, nationalist sentiments, and historical experiences shapes Russia's worldview and influences its perceptions of external threats, leading to assertive actions against perceived enemies. Eschatological beliefs foster a sense of urgency and vulnerability, while nationalism reinforces a perception of exceptionalism and a unique historical mission. This interplay influences Russia's foreign policy approach and its identification of enemies, both external and internal. As the international community engages with Russia, understanding these underlying drivers of aggression is essential in seeking avenues for constructive dialogue and cooperation. Acknowledging Russia's sense of historical continuity and concerns about security can help bridge divides and promote mutual understanding. Moving forward, open communication and diplomacy remain crucial in addressing the challenges posed by the link between eschatology, nationalism, and aggression. Efforts to find common ground and promote cooperation based on shared interests can contribute to a more stable and peaceful international order. 6. Navigating the complex. Russia's complex identity is deeply intertwined with its historical experiences, nationalist sentiments, eschatological beliefs, and geopolitical realities. Navigating this multifaceted identity is essential in understanding the country's behavior on the global stage and addressing the challenges it poses to international relations. It requires a nuanced approach that acknowledges Russia's sense of historical continuity, its search for security and prestige, and its desire to preserve its cultural and religious heritage. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss Chapter 4. Show some love by hitting that like button. Your support means the world to me and helps our video reach more people. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, and anyone else who might enjoy it.